In the land of Canaan, an old man loved one son more than all his other sons. His name was Jacob. The son was Joseph, child of his beloved Rachel, born to him in his old age. And Jacob made for him a robe of many colors, a gift that said what words never had to. But love, unbalanced, breeds something darker. Hatred was already planted. It only needed watering. Then came the dreams. Joseph dreamed of sheaves bowing down. He dreamed of the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing to him. Perhaps he was young. Perhaps he did not understand what such words would cost him. But he spoke them anyway, and his brother's hatred hardened into something else. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers in Dothan. He walked toward them alone, unaware, and from a distance, they saw him coming and began to plot his death. Genesis 37 verse 18. Would blood really be spilled over a coat in a dream? Reuben intervened, urging them not to kill him, but to throw him into a pit instead, secretly planning to rescue him later. So they stripped him of that same robe, the one that had marked him as beloved, and threw him into an empty pit. Then, as they sat to eat, as if nothing sacred had just been broken, a caravan of Ishmaelite traders appeared on the horizon. Genesis 37 verse 23-24. And Judah proposed a different cruelty. Let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, for he is our brother, our own flesh. Genesis 37 verse 26-27. For 20 pieces of silver, Joseph was sold. They dipped his robe in goat's blood and let their father believe a wild animal had devoured him. Jacob tore his clothes, wept, and refused to be comforted. Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Genesis 37 verse 36. And in that foreign house, something remarkable began to unfold. The Lord was with Joseph, and he became a successful man. Potiphar noticed. He placed everything he owned into Joseph's hands. But success in that house came with danger. Potiphar's wife looked at Joseph and wanted him. Day after day, she pursued him, and day after day, he refused. Here was a young man, alone, enslaved, far from his father's tents, with every earthly reason to take what was offered. Would he stand firm, or be consumed by what surrounded him? He fled the room, and she seized his garment as he ran. That torn garment became her weapon. She accused him falsely, and Potiphar, enraged, threw Joseph into prison. Twice now, a garment had been used to bury the truth about him. Twice now, Joseph had been punished for things he did not do. Yet even there, the Lord was with Joseph and showed him steadfast love. The keeper of the prison trusted him with everything. 2 prisoners came under his care, Pharaoh's cupbearer and his baker, each troubled by a dream. Joseph interpreted both. The cupbearer would be restored, the baker executed. Both came true, exactly as he said. Joseph asked only one thing of the cupbearer: remember me, to mention me to Pharaoh. The chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. 2 years of silence, in a cell, for a crime he never committed. Then Pharaoh dreamed of 7 fat cows devoured by 7 gaunt ones, of 7 full heads of grain swallowed by 7 withered ones. No magician in Egypt could interpret it. And suddenly, the cupbearer remembered. I remember my offenses today. He told Pharaoh of the Hebrew slave in prison who read dreams like open books. Joseph was pulled from the pit of forgotten men and brought before the most powerful ruler on earth. And when Pharaoh asked if he could interpret, Joseph answered without pride. God will give Pharaoh a favorable answer. 7 years of abundance, 7 years of famine to follow. Joseph did not merely interpret. He counseled a plan to store grain and save a nation. Pharaoh's response was staggering. Since God has shown you all this, there is none so discerning and wise as you are. You shall be over my house. Only as the throne will I be greater than you. The boy thrown into a pit was now the second most powerful man in Egypt. The famine came, just as foretold, and it reached even Canaan. Jacob sent his sons down to Egypt to buy grain. And there, before the governor of all Egypt, 10 brothers bowed to the ground, not knowing they were fulfilling a dream from decades before. Joseph recognized them instantly. Would he take his revenge? Instead, he tested them, accusing them of spying, demanding they bring their youngest brother Benjamin, holding Simeon as collateral. When their money was mysteriously returned in their sacks, their hearts failed them, and they turned trembling to one another. On a second journey, with Benjamin among them, Joseph could not hold back any longer. He wept aloud and said the words that could have shattered them with shame. His brothers were speechless with terror, but Joseph did not condemn them. He brought his entire family, 70 souls, down into Egypt, where they were settled in the land of Goshen. But Joseph answered them with the words that define his entire story. Do not be distressed or angry with yourselves, for God sent me before you to preserve life.
That is all about the story of Joseph for now. If this story moved you, tell us in the comments which story you want to see next, and subscribe to never miss a journey.